Hi guys, I'm this movie guy, and today I'm reviewing Star Wars Rebels Season 3, Episode 10, An Inside Man. If this is the first time you're watching any of my Star Wars Rebels reviews, I review all of these reviews every week when there's a new episode. So if you've missed any of my previous reviews, I definitely recommend seeing those. I put them all in a playlist on YouTube on my channel, so you should be able to find those easily. And I also have to say, I have watched this episode and I assume you have as well. So if you've not seen it, this is your spoiler warning. I'm just going to talk about everything in the episode with spoilers. I'm not going to care about keeping it spoiler free because I really have no idea why I would want to do this spoiler free. Anyway, in this episode, Kanan and Ezra go back to Lothal and they meet up with Ryder and Mrs. Sumar to infiltrate an Imperial factory, and in the Imperial factory they find out that Agent Kallus is Fulcrum, the inside man that we're talking about, of course, which I, of course, totally called last week, and then they have to escape from the facility. And yes, I know another of my predictions was that Maul could have been the other guy if it wasn't Kallus, but Maul was just me hoping for something like have a little bit of a setup with Maul because Maul is going to be in the next episode. Kallus was way more of the logical choice and basically everyone already knew that. Anyway, let's just begin saying what I liked about this episode. This episode was amazing. It was so much better than the previous two episodes. I mean, I thought the previous two episodes had enjoyable parts, had enjoyable things, but a lot of issues. This episode, I can't really think of a whole lot of issues. I have some things listed for my bad things because I kind of have to. I felt like having to list some bad things, but to be completely honest, they're nitpicks. They're really nitpicks. This episode was great. I really liked it. So let's say why I liked it so much. First off, Thrawn. This was the Thrawn I wanted 2 episodes ago. Like 2 episodes ago, I was in Squadron. I was bitching like Thrawn didn't do anything when he should have, or at least that's what I thought. Like Thrawn should have captured Sato in that episode, and he didn't do that. So I was bitching like Thrawn doesn't do anything so far. It's all set up so far. In this episode, he fucking kills Mr. Sumar. Wow. Like, there's your payoff. That is what I wanted a while ago, but now we finally got that payoff. And it's like, when he does those kind of things, I'm like, thank you, go dark, it's good. I also really like the reaction of Ezra, because Ezra, of course, knows Mrs. Sumar. It's a longtime friend, and then he dies, and Ezra is like, he wants to do something, and Kanan reacts very well to that, like, no, you don't want to do this right now. But holy crap, that was really something. Also, there was cool action in the episode at the beginning, at the end, when they're in the walkers. That was just cool, and I usually just like the action in these episodes when there is some. Also, the episode made me laugh at points. Like, there was banter between Kanan and Ezra and Kallus that just made me laugh. It was just funny, some cool jokes thrown around. So I really liked it as well. And now at the very end of the episode, there is something that kind of looks like a TIE Striker that is going to be in Rogue One. I don't really think it's the same thing, but it looks very similar, and this is something that I've been waiting for ever since I figured out that the timelines of Rebels and Rogue One are pretty close to each other, because like Rebels is 2 years before A New Hope, and Rogue One is just before A New Hope, so they should line up at one point. And Rogue One is coming out in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. It's just one week and a few days right now that we're away from Rogue One. So with us being so close, they could definitely tie it in more, and that is just really cool to have that. And I think we got a little bit of that in this episode, so that is what I was really excited about. Like, when I was watching the episode, I was like, is that a TIE Striker? Okay, then I figured out it's not exactly the TIE Striker, but it looks very similar, and those tie-ins, yeah, that would be really cool. I think that's really all I can say about the good things. Now, the bad things, look, these are nitpicks. These are absolute nitpicks. But first of all, like, I called that fulcrum, aka the inside man, would be Agent Callus. That's something pretty predictable, and it kind of takes away from the moment that it is revealed, because everyone basically knew that, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but if it would have been a big surprise, then that would have made for a better moment. I'm not saying that it made for a bad moment, that it ruined the episode or anything, no. It's just that if I hadn't known it, if it wasn't so predictable, it would be better, but whatever, you know. I do have to say, Thrawn, at the very end, talking to Callus, I think he knows, but he doesn't reveal it yet, and I cannot wait to see where that goes, how Callus will deal with it now, after we know it. Like, when will that reveal be that Thrawn also knows it, and when will Thrawn do something to Callus? That will be very interesting. Another thing about Thrawn in this episode, like, I love the Thrawn theme they made. I believe it's called Thrawn's Web, that played during the episode with Hera's Heroes, I believe. Like, that theme, every time he is like doing things, I'm like, I want to hear that theme. It wasn't in this episode, so that was kind of disappointing that his theme wasn't there, but then again, this is just a nitpick. And another nitpick, and that is really something that I can nitpick at, but other people probably won't. Hera didn't have a lot of screen time. And if you don't know why I have that complaint, you clearly haven't seen my previous 2 reviews. That's really all I can say about this episode. The bad things were really nitpicks, really small things. It was a great episode. Now, next week is going to be the mid-season finale, I think. And it's going to feature Maul. So, that ought to be cool, I'd say. Now, I wonder if we'll see Obi-Wan, because the last time we saw Maul, of course, was in episode 2, when he was like, he's alive, and it has to be Obi-Wan. I can't really think of anyone else that Maul would be so crazy about, like, he's alive. But we'll have to wait and see. I also kind of want, like, something to really tie into Rogue One, because Rogue One is releasing in the week after the episode airs, so I'm like, please give us something. And now I have a really crazy, very unlikely theory, so, like, don't get too attached to this theory, because this is just me hoping for something that will probably never happen. Ahsoka might appear in the next episode, might make her return, but like that is, if it doesn't happen, I'm completely fine with it. I am not expecting it at all, but it's something that I would give like 0.5% of a chance of happening. So I'm like, there is a 0.5%, maybe it happens. But crazy, stupid, very unlikely theory. That would be really cool, because, you know, I mean, how long can you postpone reintroducing Ahsoka in this series? Because she's alive. Everyone knows that. Come on. She's alive. So bring her back, please. So that's what I think about An Inside Man. This was a great episode, and now that we have had 9 episodes, like the first 2 are 1 episode, the total is 5 great ones, I'd say, and 4 not so great ones. Let's just keep it at that. So if the next one is great as well, then yeah, no, season 3 is really good so far. But now I wonder, what do you think of the episode? Please, whatever you think, let me know in the comments below. Also, look out for my Canon comic review. I'm going to review the 2 trades I have. The first one is called Canon the Last Padawan, and the other one is First Blood, because those are 2 comics that take place before Rogue One, and I want to review most of the things that happen before Rogue One in the lead up to that, because Rogue One is 1 week and 4 days away. I cannot wait for Rogue One. I'm so hyped for it. It's insane. And as always, if you've liked my review and you want to see more of my movie trailer and Star Wars reviews, click right here.